What is up, everybody? So, this here is a video that I honestly did not think I would be making. You all probably already saw from the title, but remember what Atlus said last month about how they were investigating the issues people had with Nocturne HD Remastered, which, if you haven't been keeping up with this game, these issues consist of, but are not limited to, frame rate drops during battle and cutscenes, temporary freezing when opening up the menus, and while not really a technical issue, there is a lack of manual skill inheritance in Fusion, which is something that pretty much everyone was expecting this game to have. Well, turns out the statement Atlus made wasn't just a bluff. They actually went through and released patch 1.02 for PS4 and Switch that supposedly fixes most of the major issues people had with this game. This was kinda something that just came out of nowhere, and in fact it happened while I was away on vacation, which is why this video took so long. But anyway, according to the official patch notes translated by PersonaCentral, it fixes the frame rate drops throughout the game, it removes the lag when opening and closing parts of the menus, it speeds up the normal attack animations in auto battle, and it also apparently addresses some of the issues that I wasn't actually aware of, like trophies just randomly not unlocking in the PS4 version, the EXP and money grinding DLCs being inappropriately balanced, and some other various unnamed bugs. But the biggest and best change of all is that they actually added a manual skill inheritance function in Fusion, so you can finally handpick the skills you want your demons to learn when fusing them. Now, I use the word supposedly because this is all according to the official patch notes by Atlus, but how honest is it? Well, the answer is sorta. I say sorta because it fixes some of the issues, but not completely. I can't speak for the trophy and or DLC bugs because nobody I know owns the DLC and none of my friends on the PS4 ever encountered the trophy bugs, but the new manual skill inheritance feature is there and it pretty much speaks for itself. Before you fuse demons, you have to press the correct button to bring it up, so if you're that much of a purist, you don't have to use it, but I don't know why you wouldn't. The auto battle animations are also faster, just like the article says, and the menu lag is also pretty much gone in both versions. I am still noticing a tiny bit of lag when opening the settings menu in the Switch version, but for the other menus, this has been fixed. As for the frame rate, well, this is where things get a little disappointing. The PS4 version wasn't as bad as the Switch version to begin with, and after the patch, it's a little better, but there's still some pretty noticeable lag. The Switch version also still has it worse. Granted, it's not as bad as it was before the patch, but I'm still noticing considerable frame rate drops in areas where there's a lot going on and when battles start. It seems to stabilize after everything's been loaded in, but it's still annoying considering how often you'll be going in and out of battles. Like I said, it is better with the patch, but I would not call it fixed by any stretch of the word. And there's really no reason that a remaster of a PS2 game should have these kinds of frame rate issues, especially on the PS4. Now, most of you are probably wondering just what my overall thoughts on this are, how I'm reacting to all of this, and, well, I'm glad they improved the menu lag and the skill inheritance, but the frame rate, while better, still has major issues. But even if the game was completely fixed, that doesn't change the fact that they still released a messy, dysfunctional product and sold it to thousands of customers, myself included, for full price. I mean, when you buy a game on launch day, you're not paying for early access, you're paying full price for what should be the full finished game. And it just seems like so many publishers these past couple of generations have been rushing games out the door before they're ready. In fact, that's exactly what's happening right now with Cyberpunk 2077, to the point where Sony has delisted the game from the PlayStation Store and is offering full refunds. And yeah, it'll probably be fixed in a month or two, but it just sucks to see respected companies like Atlus and CD Projekt Red do many of the things that not so respected companies like Bethesda and EA are infamous for. And another thing is, this patch still doesn't address all the issues people had with this game. Like, it still has the same blocky cinematic cutscenes, it still has the compressed battle music audio, and there's still the remaining frame rate issues that I mentioned earlier. I'm just hoping that Atlus will continue to patch this game, and that maybe these issues, especially the ones with the frame rates, will be taken care of eventually, and that they won't do another half-baked release like this again. But that actually brings me to my last point, and that is, I think the most important takeaway from this patch, at the very least, is that it shows that Atlus is willing to listen to our complaints if we make ourselves heard, which I think is very important. Atlus has never really been very communicative with their customers, and this is actually one of the few times they have released a major update for any of their games at all, that not only fixes issues, but also adds quality of life improvements to the game. So, just continue to voice your opinions, your complaints, your criticisms in whatever way you can, and just make it so that Atlus hears us, because if we do make ourselves loud enough, they will listen. Just don't go spamming hashtags on all of Sega and Atlus's Twitter accounts, because that's childish and it's just going to annoy them. At the very least, I do feel a little better about recommending that you get this game in English, especially if you haven't played the original. I'm still not exactly excited to play it when it releases, mainly because this release still doesn't add much new, and I did play this game earlier this year and have actually made 5 videos about it, plus this one. Really, the only thing that would make me reconsider would be if they added a new extra hard difficulty mode, which I think would be a great incentive to bring back returning players, and also just kind of an apology for the messy launch. Now, that's about all I have to say about Nocturne, but before I end the video, I briefly want to talk about Persona 5 Scramble, which is now Strikers in English, because a trailer for an English release dropped not too long ago, and everyone has been asking me to do a video about it. First of all, I want to talk about the long wait time. In case y'all forgot, this game came out on February 20th of this year in Japan. The scheduled release date for the English version is February 23rd of next year. In case any of you forgot how to count, that's more than a year, and unless you count the games that never got localized, I believe this is the longest wait for an English release of any Atlus game ever. Now, in an interview with the voice actors, it was stated that the main reason it took so long was due to the, not sure if I'm allowed to say that or not, but you all know what I'm talking about, which makes sense, but I still think it's kind of dumb that they were completely silent on the whole matter until the trailer dropped not too long ago, especially because during this time, we still got the English dub of that crappy Persona 5 anime and the English release of 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. I mean, I'll admit, I have a very unhealthy habit of jumping to conclusions when I go a long time without hearing anything. I just think that it would have been nice if Atlus West had released some kind of statement on Twitter or their website or wherever telling us that, yeah, the game is coming, it's just taking extra long due to that. This just kind of goes back to my point from earlier about how I think Atlus should be more vocal with their customers. Now, this trailer pretty much speaks for itself, but the other interesting thing is that this trailer revealed that this game is coming to PC via Steam, which is probably another reason it took a long time. This is actually a really big deal, because this is the first time ever that a Persona game is launching on PC along with other platforms, or I guess not exactly launching, but launching outside Japan. And, you know, when Persona 4 Golden released on Steam earlier this year, it kinda just came out of nowhere, but still turned out to be a huge success, and when it released, we were all thinking the same thing, that if this port did well enough, we'd get more Persona and SMT games on PC, and I'm pretty sure that's exactly what's happening right now with Strikers, and it's great. More people will get to play it, and playing it on PC gives you all the awesome features that PC games get. In fact, I was originally planning to buy the Switch version, but now I'm probably going to play it first on PC, and before you ask, yes, I will definitely be begging Atlus for a review code, and I will do a review on this channel for sure. And to briefly go back to Nocturne, I also think that this pretty much confirms that Nocturne Remastered will be getting a PC port as well. In case you don't remember, data miners found lines in the game's code that hint at a PC release, and at this point, I'd be surprised if it didn't launch on PC in the West. A PC version of Nocturne Remastered would be especially good because it would allow the game to benefit from beefy PC hardware, but also in the event that Atlus doesn't fix these issues, at the very least, modders would be able to do what Atlus couldn't. Plus, there's all the other potential for fan-made mods. So yeah, that's going to be about it for this video. Kinda just wanted to make a quick little video to talk about the new patch and give my thoughts on Strikers releasing in English. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and check out my other links in the description. I also have another video coming soon that I think you're all going to like. It's another challenge video, this time of Persona 2, and it should be up sometime next month. But yeah, until then, I will see you all on the next video.